So here we have been tasked to find the length of the side labeled y. And here's our right angle triangle. So because we're advanced, we're just going to first thing first, label the side of the triangle. So we know that this is the hypotenuse, so HYP for short. We know that this is the opposite, because if the angle is at the top, then the line down the bottom is going to be the opposite. And then this one going to be the adjacent, ADJ, ADJ. Good. So now, the line labeled y is the hypotenuse. So in a sense, we're being tasked to find the hypotenuse. So the ratio that we use must have the hypotenuse. Do you remember the ratios? So we're going to write it out. So for sine, and sine is equal to O, which is the opposite, divided by the hypotenuse. And ca is cosine, which is equal to the adjacent divided by the hypotenuse. And tangent, which is represented by tawa, so you have the t is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. So now we have to do the check. We need to find the hypotenuse. So the ratio we use must have the hypotenuse. So this one has the hypotenuse, this one has the hypotenuse. This one don't have the hypotenuse, so we don't know, so we're not use that. Look back at the diagram. What information were we given? We're given the angle and its opposite. So the ratio that we're going to have to use must have the hypotenuse and the opposite. So let's check for the opposite. Here, O for opposite, and O here, but we don't know when I use tan. So the winning ratio is going to be sine. So we're going to have to use sine to calculate the length of y, which is the hypotenuse. Good. So sine says sine of an angle is equal to its opposite divided by its hypotenuse. We're going to refer to the diagram now. So sine of an angle, what is the angle? 30 degrees. So I'm going to drop the 30 degrees right here. Following the formula, equal opposite. What's the opposite? 42, and that's kilometers. And we're going to divide that, because the formula says to divide, by the hypotenuse, which is just y. Good. So it really becomes very easy from here. We could apply some tricks from algebraic techniques, and look at me. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do a swap, right? So where sine 30 is, I'm going to put y, and where y is, I'm going to put sine 30. So it now becomes y is equal to 42 kilometers divided by sine 30 degrees. Good. So y is going to be equal to whatever we get when we put that in the calculator. So let's go. 42 divided by sine 30. So the sine button here, sine, and we'll put in that 30. So we get 84. So y is equal to 84. And remember, y was a distance, so it would have to be kilometers. See? Simple. So the hypotenuse is 84 kilometers.